everyone, happy Monday. My name's Natasha for those of you who don't know me, and today I'm going to be making my favorite crockpot sweet potato chili recipe. For those of you following me already on Instagram, you know this is something I love to meal prep because it's pretty easy to make, and once you have it, it's going to last you all week. This makes about 6 to 8 servings, and I think you guys will love it just as much as I do. If you are interested, please stay tuned and give this video a like so I know you're interested in those recipe videos. Thanks. So for this recipe, you're going to need about 20 to 30 minutes to prep this, and then also make sure you have a crock pot because this is a crock pot meal. It's going to make about 6 to 8 portions, and this is just awesome to take for lunches, really easy to grab and go. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so for this recipe here, I have a half of a white onion that I diced up already, 3 cloves of minced garlic. I have 2 large sweet potatoes, one that I'm going to cut up in a little bit here. If you don't have large ones and you only have small ones, make sure you're doing 3 of them. And then under here I have 2 whole red peppers that I diced up. This is a half a cup of chicken broth, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, and red kidney beans, and you need a whole can of all of those. And then for seasonings, we have salt, pepper, ground cumin, red crushed pepper, and paprika. So you're also going to want some ground turkey. Here I have 3 pounds of it. I'm going to use half of this. So total you want 1.5 pounds of ground turkey. And then you also want some olive oil. We're using the olive oil because we're going to be sauteing some onions and garlic in this pan over here to start with before we start throwing everything in our crock pot. Alright, so first you want to start by cutting up all of your vegetables. I like to cut up my onion, my red bell pepper, my sweet potatoes, garlic, all of it. I just like to cut up right away. That way you can just throw everything in once it's ready to go. Also, don't try to use different potatoes for this recipe. So one day we ran out of sweet potatoes, so I tried to improvise by using a different kind of potato, and it was not even close to tasting the same. I'm telling you, please stick with the sweet potatoes. Even if you're not a big sweet potato fan, like I'm usually not that into sweet potatoes, this tastes so good in there, you guys. Okay, so right now I just threw some olive oil in there, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and get this started on medium. So heat's on medium, got my olive oil in there, and we're just gonna let that heat up for a little bit, and then we're gonna throw all of our onions in there. Okay, so once you have your onions on there, just make sure they're all evenly distributed here and that they are all into the olive oil. And then I'm going to leave those on there for a few minutes. You want to saute your onions for about 3 to 4 minutes or until they're translucent. This is when we'll know they're about done and ready for the next step. Alright, so now that those onions are ready, I'm just going to go ahead and throw my minced garlic in there, and then we're going to cook this for about 30 more seconds. Now that our onions and garlic are ready, I just put my ground beef in there, remember 1.5 pounds, and now I'm just going to work the onions and the garlic into my ground beef. Alright, so once your meat is like a medium brown, then you want to just put that into your crock pot first. Okay, so once you have your meat in there, you want to add sweet potatoes, red peppers, and then carrots if you have them. We forgot to get them at the grocery store this time around, so we're going to do without them. So now you just want to add a half a cup of chicken broth. And then we're going to go in with all of our seasonings. Fresh red pepper, a little bit of cumin, ground pepper, paprika, and salt. And then you want to just try to stir that in as best as you can. Now I'm just adding a can of tomato sauce. And a can of diced tomatoes, and you don't want to drain it, you just want to pour it in. And then we're actually going to save the kidney beans until the end. Kidney beans go in the last like 10 minutes or so. So we're just going to stir this in, and then you'll be ready to turn on the heat. Okay, now that that's all stirred in, we're just going to put the lid on it, and we're going to turn this on high. And you want to cook this for 5 to 6 hours. You'll know when it's about done when the potatoes are soft, and that's when we're going to put our kidney beans in. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what to do with the kidney beans now, because by the time this is done, for me, it's going to be between 9 and 10 p.m. So with the kidney beans, you're going to wait until this is fully cooked and soft. So let me just open this up and show you guys again. So once those sweet potatoes are nice and soft, that's how you know it's completely done. Definitely should be done after 6 hours. Could be done between 5 and 5.5 as well. Just depends how big really your chunks are usually. So yeah, after that's fully cooked, all you're gonna do is open this up, and it's going to be full of water that you're gonna have to drain. So once you drain all of that, then you wanna just dump your kidney beans right on in there, and then you're gonna stir it up, and you're going to change this temperature to low, and you're going to leave it sit in there for another 10 minutes. After you leave that in for 10 minutes, it's ready to go, ready to eat. Otherwise, you can do what I do, and you can just stick it into multiple Tupperware. Alright, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for staying tuned today. If you really like this video, please give me a like, and also make sure you're subscribing to my channel to see more videos like this. I will be posting every Monday about lifestyle, self-care, and recipe videos, more of those for sure. That's it, you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye!